Hey there, zombie enthusiasts. Today we're diving into the eerie and intriguing world of zombies. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Zombies, those flesh-eating monsters, but trust me, there's a lot more to these creatures than meets the eye. From their origins in folklore to their impact on pop culture, we've got some fascinating facts lined up for you. So buckle up, grab your favorite weapon, a crossbow maybe, always worked for me. And let's get started. Let's kick things off in Haiti, where the word zombie actually originated. See, in Haitian voodoo, a zombie isn't just some mindless ghoul, they're more like puppets. Reanimated corpses controlled by a powerful sorcerer, a bokor. Imagine being trapped in your own body, forced to do someone else's bidding. Now, this isn't just some spooky campfire story. A researcher named Wade Davis went down to Haiti to investigate these claims. He wrote a book about it called The Serpent and the Rainbow, where he talks about real-life cases of alleged zombification. Turns out it might have something to do with a potent neurotoxin called tetrodotoxin. Apparently this stuff can paralyze you, making you appear dead. The bokor then scoops you up, brings you back, and boom, you're their personal zombie slave. Creepy, right? I've seen my fair share of messed up things out there on the road, but the idea of someone stealing your very essence, your will to live, that just hits different. You're not you anymore, just a shell, a puppet dancing on someone else's strings. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? What makes us human? Is it our thoughts, our memories, or something deeper, something that even death can't touch? Maybe it's the fight, the will to survive, the thing that keeps you pushing forward even when everything's telling you to give up. Whatever it is, it's precious. Don't ever let anyone take it from you. Now, let's talk about how zombies went from Haitian folklore to Hollywood horror, and for that, we got to give a shout out to the godfather of zombie flicks, George A. Romero. His movie Night of the Living Dead changed everything. These weren't your voodoo-controlled zombies. These were slow, shambling, flesh-eating ghouls with an insatiable hunger, and they craved one thing: brains. Romero's zombies tapped into something primal, something that scared the hell out of people. They represented the breakdown of society, the loss of control. They were relentless, unstoppable, and they could be anywhere. But the zombie evolution didn't stop there. We got fast zombies, sprinting like they're hopped up on caffeine and rage. These guys added a whole new level of terror to the mix. No more slow-mo chases. These guys were all about speed and ferocity. And then there were the games. Resident Evil, Left 4 Dead, Dying Light. These games let you experience the zombie apocalypse firsthand, blasting your way through hordes of the undead. From slow and shambling to fast and furious, zombies have become a staple of pop culture. They're in our movies, our games, our TV shows. They're everywhere. Why? Because they scare the living crap out of us, but also maybe because they make us think about what we'd do, who we'd become if the world went to hell in a handbasket. So we've talked about the folklore, the movies, the games, but what about the science? Could a zombie apocalypse actually happen? Well, some scientists say it's not entirely out of the realm of possibility. I mean, we've seen some crazy viruses and parasites in our time, right? Imagine a mutated virus, something that attacks the brain, turning its host into a rabid, flesh-eating monster. Or maybe a neurotoxin, something that paralyzes its victims, making them appear dead, only to reanimate them later with a taste for human flesh. Sounds like something out of a horror movie, right? But nature can be pretty damn terrifying. Just look at rabies. It's a viral disease that can cause aggression, foaming at the mouth, and even a fear of water. Sound familiar? Now, I'm not saying that rabies is going to turn us all into zombies, but it does show you that there are real-world diseases that can mimic some of the symptoms we associate with the undead. And let's not forget about parasites. There are parasites out there that can control the minds of their hosts, turning them into mindless drones. So yeah, the science is there. It might sound far-fetched, but a zombie apocalypse isn't entirely impossible. But hey, even if the dead don't rise, it's always a good idea to be prepared, right? Chapter 4. Speaking of being prepared, did you know that even the government has dabbled in a little zombie preparedness? No, seriously. Back in 2011, the CDC, those guys in hazmat suits dealing with outbreaks, they launched a public health campaign using, you guessed it, zombies. It was genius, really. They figured if you can survive a zombie apocalypse, you can survive anything. They even had a whole website dedicated to zombie preparedness. with tips on stocking up on supplies, creating a plan, and knowing how to defend yourself against a horde of the undead. Sadly, the website's gone now, but hey, it got people talking about disaster preparedness, right? And it's not just the CDC, even the US military has used zombies in their training scenarios. I mean, think about it, zombies are unpredictable, relentless, and they come in large numbers. Sounds like a pretty good training ground for any soldier, right? They've even got a name for it, counter-zombie dominance. I'm not making this up. They use it to teach soldiers how to think outside the box, how to adapt to unexpected situations, and how to work together as a team. So yeah, the government might not be publicly prepping for a zombie apocalypse, but they're definitely using our undead friends to teach us a thing or two about survival. Chapter 5. Now, you might think zombies are a purely Western invention, but that's where you're wrong. Turns out cultures all over the world have their own versions of the undead. Take China, for example. They've got the jiangshi, these creepy hopping vampires that don't crave brains, but rather your life force. They're like energy vampires, but way scarier. Then there's the Scandinavian Draugr, undead warriors from Norse mythology who guard their graves with an iron fist. These guys are bad news, trust me. You do not want to mess with a Draugr. And let's not forget about the Vaitala from Hindu mythology, these restless spirits that can possess corpses and make them do their bidding. Kind of like the Haitian zombies, but with a supernatural twist. From hopping vampires to vengeful spirits, it seems like every culture has its own unique take on the undead. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? What is it about these creatures that fascinates us so much? Maybe it's the fear of the unknown, the idea that death isn't the end, or maybe it's something deeper, something that speaks to our primal fears and anxieties. Whatever it is, one thing's for sure. Zombies are a global phenomenon. They're everywhere, and they're here to stay. Chapter 6. So we've talked about the history, the science, the pop culture, and the global fascination with zombies. But why? Why are we so drawn to these creatures? Well, on the surface, it's easy to say it's the gore, the scares, the adrenaline rush of a good zombie flick. And yeah, there's definitely something thrilling about watching a horde of the undead chase down their prey, but I think it goes deeper than that. Zombies represent something primal, something that scares us on a fundamental level. They're the embodiment of our deepest fears, the fear of death, the unknown, the loss of control. They represent the breakdown of society, the collapse of everything we hold dear, but they also represent something else, our own mortality. They remind us that we're all just flesh and bone, and that death can come for us at any moment. And maybe, just maybe, that's why we're so drawn to them, because in a strange, twisted way, they make us feel alive. They force us to confront our own mortality, to appreciate the time we have, and to live each day to the fullest. So the next time you're watching a zombie movie or playing a zombie game, take a moment to think about what these creatures represent. They're more than just mindless monsters. They're a reflection of our deepest fears, our hopes, and our humanity. And there you have it, folks. 6 fascinating facts about zombies that show just how deep and diverse their lore really is. We've gone from Haitian voodoo to viral outbreaks, from slow-moving Romero zombies to sprinting nightmares. We've even talked about the government's weird obsession with the undead. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more spine-chilling content. Until next time, stay safe and keep your brains intact.